telling you everything I know.
Come on, let's start all over again, back from the very beginning.
Gavin went to the dance studio to turn himself in. He got scared. He thought his story had been misunderstood. So he started to leave when that stupid cop shot him in the leg. That scared him real good. He came to my place. I don't know, it was the closest. Don't you guys see? He was freaked out. He was in incredible pain. Well, what would you do? Gavin, you're his friend. What would you do?
And what I do is not the question, Bobbie. The thing is, what did you do?
I did whatever I could, naturally. I bandaged his leg. I fed him. I made him rest. He was bleeding so bad. He got this really high fever then. That's why he didn't turn himself in. He was completely out of it.
Bobbie, he had 3 days to turn himself in. You tell me, why didn't he?
Because you guys have it really mixed up as to what he was supposed to have done. Something funny's going on. Somebody is really lying about what happened at the dance studio.
You mean something funny, Bobbie? What happened that night that Gunther got killed?
Look, Gavin swore to me that he and Gunther got into a wrestling match for that gun. The gun went off and suddenly Gunther had dropped to the floor. Gavin doesn't even know how. He was defending himself. He didn't shoot him from a distance like you guys think.
The information we have says something very different.
Well, you're wrong. I mean, he made a mistake. It's gotta be a mistake.
Look, Bobbie, we have the word of several authorities.
Yeah, well, you and your authorities, you know, you just gotta be right all the time, don't you?
Look, we don't want it to be this way, but we can't ignore the medical evidence.
So what's gonna happen? He's going to jail, right? If you catch him. No matter which way. I'm never gonna see him again.
Newlyweds, huh? Well, you got a real nice, comfortable bed here. Yes, sirree. You're gonna sleep like babies. Well, come on, try it. You got a nice view of the garage. And a nice tree over there.
I see.
It's real convenient, everything, too. Yeah, bathroom's right down the hall.
That's nice. How much is it?
$60 a week. Payable in advance. And no cooking in the rooms. Nothing worse than the smell of onions in the hall.
Okay, this should cover it.
Okay, here's the key. And, be sure to return it when you leave.
I will.
Okay, I'll send you down some towels.
Great.
Rules of the house are written on the back of the door. Hey, you sick of something? You don't look too good, mister.
No, I'm all right. Touch of iron.
What he needs is rest. Listen, Mrs. Arnold, thank you very much. I am sure we're going to be very comfortable here.
Well, we're safe now. At least for a little while.
Can I sit?
My God, you look like the messenger of doom. What's happening, Calvin?
Well, we found Barbara Gerard. You'll be happy to hear she's safe at home. You'll never believe what she was doing.
I know what she was doing. She was trying to help Gavin Wyatt.
No. That was before. By the time we caught up with her, she was binding the wounds of her old boyfriend, Matt Sharkey.
That Sharkey?
Get this. He was a fugitive, broke out of jail, was holed up in the house with Bobbie and Gavin and Jody, keeping them hostage of all things. Well, anyway, he's in custody now, and Bobbie's back home, but Gavin and Jody are still on the run. You know, I think they're seriously gonna try and make a run for it. I mean, for good.
Oh, damn. All because of a big ape named Gunther Wagner.
Dr. Kavanaugh's involvement in the case goes beyond his forensic duties, however. He was the first person to attend the wounded man after the shooting. According to his statement, he bent over Wagner to examine his wound and was struck a severe blow on the back of the head by an unknown assailant. As the doctor lay unconscious in the dance studio, life ebbed from the gunshot victim, who died before Dr. Kavanaugh revived. So that's the way you're telling it, is it, Dr. Kavanaugh? Well, I don't buy that for a minute. It's just your way of saving your own skin. You hated him, didn't you? You hated Gunther so much you'd do anything, tell any lie to cover up his murder. A murder you committed. You really do love me, don't you?
Ah, baby, I will never, ever leave you. Please.
Gunther? Gunther, where are you?
Oh, my God. I've been hit. Roxanne? Roxanne? Please, somebody help me. Please, Dr. Kavanaugh. I've been hit. Help me in the name of God, Doc.
Why should I help you, Gunther? You got just what you deserve. You're not worth saving.
Oh, you're a doctor. You've got to save me.
I don't have to do anything. Why should I? I don't like you, Gunther. I don't like what you did to my little sister. You tried to attack her, you terrorized her, you damn near frightened the life out of her. Now I'm gonna frighten the life out of you.
No, it was just a joke, Doc. I swear it. I was just kidding her, teasing her. I wasn't interested in that kid. Look, there's only one woman in my life, Roxanne.
I warned you about it more than once, but you persisted. You just couldn't keep your hands off Jody, could you? Well, now, that warning has come home. You're finished, Gunther.
No. You're finished.
Well, I'm not very professional at this, but it'll have to do.
You'll do fine, baby.
How do you feel? Any better?
Sure, I do feel better. Really? But when Mrs. Arnold finds out what you do with her bedclothes, she's gonna throw us out of here.
You know, I think she's gonna throw us out anyway. I gave her almost all of our money to pay for this room.
Oh, good Lord. What are we gonna do then?
Well, we'll just have to worry about the future when it comes along.
Okay. Besides, you know, it'll give us breathing space. Time to think. I'm gonna hold on to this. And to you. Minute by minute.
Me too. You know, suddenly, nothing matters to me but you. I mean, not the past, not the future, not my career, and not Mrs. Arnold's old bedsheet.
Mrs. Arnold. I just hope she doesn't read the newspapers too carefully. If she does, I hope she doesn't become Mrs. Benedict Arnold.
I knew it. I knew there was something funny about those two. That's them, all right. Operator, would you give me the police, please?
Jody! Jody!
Gavin Wiley, you're a criminal wanted by the police. You've been a fugitive long enough. Now you're coming with us.
Jody, where's Jody? Jody, where are you?
Gavin, I didn't want it to turn out like this, but I thought it was the best thing to do. So I called the police. I thought it was the right thing to do.
Yes, Gavin Wiley, it was the best thing she could have done. Because you owe a debt to society, and you'll pay the price for your crime. You'll be convicted of murder in the 1st degree. You'll spend the rest of your life in prison. Take him away.
Jody! Jody!
Wake up. It's okay. Wake up. It's all right.
I just hope that isn't my dream coming true.
What?
Hello, Kitty.
Mrs. Arnold, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry if I woke you. But I figured you had enough sleep. Now it's time that we had a little talk. How about it?
What is this? If you don't mind, we'd like a little privacy, Mrs. Arnold.
Well, I just bet you think I'm just a pushy old landlady, don't you?
Well, frankly, I think you are.
Well, it doesn't matter what you think. It's what I know that counts.
Whoa, what is it that you know?
You're those 2 kids they're looking for in that Wagner killing. Yeah, I know you are. Took me a little time, but then I recognized it.
What are you
Don't worry
talking
about it,
about?
honey. I'm not gonna blow the whistle yet. Because I called the cops.
You did?
Yeah, they said there's no reward. So, I just figured maybe you'd want to offer a little reward yourselves.
Honest, Mrs. Arnold, I don't know where you could come up with such a far-out idea that we... I mean, isn't it obvious? We're newlyweds.
It's no use. Johnny, she probably figured out that we ran away to get married and that I'm underage. Oh.
That doesn't beat all. Underage. Who'd give a damn about that?
Well, it's true.
Look, honey, stow it. Look, I got your number. I know your real names. You're Jody Travis. And he's Gavin Wiley.
Who?
Oh, come on, knock it off, kid. Look, I said I know you're cute, all right, but I know damn well those cops are out there looking for you right now. I read it in the paper. Here it is. Clear as day. Here, have a ball.
Oh, really, Mrs. Arnold? You can't be serious.
You know, I don't think that you're getting my drift. So look, why don't I give it to you nice and plain, huh? Look, like I said, you 2 are cute as anything. But Dimples ain't gonna pay the taxes on the house, see? Now, I could really use a little extra help around here. So what do you say? Why don't you come up with a little something to sweeten up the pot? You know, really, I'm not greedy. $300, $400 to do it.
Do you believe what you're hearing?
I'm afraid she means it, Gavin.
Good. At last, somebody got it.
Oh, yeah, I got it, Mrs. Arnold. It's got a real dirty name. It's called blackmail.
Oh, do tell. Well, I just guess you don't have any call to be using that dirty word, Sonny. Because I got a few words of myself. Yeah, how's about fugitive and murder? How do they sound to you?
Look, we don't have any money. The $60 I gave you for this room, it just about cleaned us out.
Well, I just guessed that you ought to be able to figure out some way to pay it. I mean, after all, you got a big shot family. You got connections in high places. Oh, yeah. I know who you are, little lady. Now, look, you pay it. Or I'm gonna put a call into those cops. They'll come running so fast you'll think you're on a roller coaster. Oh, one more thing.
Of course.
I don't want any of you thinking any ideas about sneaking out on me. Huh, kiddies? Because Mama doesn't sleep.
I'm sorry, I'm not very hungry. You'll have to excuse me.
Are you all right? You don't seem like yourself this morning.
I don't want to spoil breakfast. It's just that I'm worried about Jody and Gavin.
Take it easy, Kelly. We're just as worried as you are.
Well, it isn't enough that Gavin's in trouble. Now Jody's in a jam. Look, she's only 18 years old and the whole world's coming down around her right now. Well, first it was Sky Whitney, then the dance company and a career failure. And then that slob, Gunther Wagner, tried to terrorize her, and now she's all mixed up in a killing. They're both fugitives.
Why don't you sit down?
Kelly, when the police catch up with them, and they will, I'm sure Jody won't be charged with complicity, so you can put your mind at ease on that score. We'll just have to wait until we know more, and until they're found.
It's ironic, you know. Less than a year ago, Jody and I were both running away for the same reason. Now she's repeating history.
Well, I hope she remembers it. And I hope she's able to persuade Gavin to turn himself in.
There's no use prolonging the agony. I hope one or both of them will realize that, and soon.
Yeah, they can't keep running away forever. Excuse me, I'm gonna get the papers.
Mike, I don't think that Jody's gonna be successful in persuading Gavin to turn himself in.
She persuaded you, didn't she?
No, that was different. Look, I knew I didn't kill Elliot Dorn. Gavin's already admitted that he killed Gunther Wagner.
It's a question of how serious the charge against him will be, Kelly.
Yeah, just answer me something straight. Now, what are Gavin's chances of not going to trial if he turns himself in right now?
No chance, I'm afraid.
But that's not fair.
Kelly, you're letting your personal feelings interfere with the facts. Gavin Wiley killed a man. He fled from the scene of the crime. He's a fugitive from justice. Those are the unhappy facts. He has to pay the price for his actions, whatever price the court demands.
Oh, no, this is outrageous.
What is it, Nancy?
Oh, the what? Monticello's Star is at it again.
And what again?
The story about Valerie and Jim Diedrichson. They just won't leave it alone.
That's their style, all right.
You know, I haven't written one more word ever since the original article, and they have been writing different versions of it for the last 7 days.
They're getting more mileage out of your story than you did.
What does it say, Mike?
Jim Diedrichson, where are you? Your girlfriend may be a millionairess.
Oh, no, Val's gonna hate that one.
I had wanted that to be just a human interest story in hopes that maybe it would attract the lieutenant's attention and maybe he would come out of hiding, so to speak. I don't know. I'm just sorry the whole thing happened. At least in print.
Position for this number. Tonight is the night, and we want to look good. Okay? All right? Great. You look really nice. Feeling good.
I thought this opening would never come. And suddenly here it is. Tonight. After all the problems I've had with little people like Wiley and the Travis kid and Gunther. You pulled it off. Oh, yes, another big one. Another big one.
Mr. Whitney. Hello, how are you? I hope I'm not interrupting. I assume you were expecting me.
Honey, will you get over here? We're
Again?
still rehearsing.
We just did this.
We're going to do it again.
Well, actually, of course I expect to see you, Val. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. How's the rehearsal going?
Oh, it's going great. Just great.
So, tonight's the big night.
Yes, it is. You know, we're standing room only. You gonna be taking some pictures?
Well, yes, Carlo's coming along shortly. He said you'd let us take some publicity photos of this final rehearsal.
Oh, yeah, well, I'll take all the publicity I can get. You know, this company is not just gonna play Monticello. Oh, no. We're going on to bigger and better things.
Well, I hope so. You must be very excited. They say it's the social event of the season.
Well, they said that about my wedding, too. No, this is something entirely different.
Well, I'm sure it'll be a big success.
Well, you know, it'll be sort of like a culmination of my life.
Okay, break time. Let's take 5.
Yeah, you'll do it again. You'll do it again if you have to. It looks real good. It really is picking up, kids. Thanks a lot. Nice job. Say, you know that's it there towards the end, the upstage stuff. I don't know. There's something. Maybe we should rehearse that bit a little. You want to take it separately?
Mr. Whitney.
Yeah, sure. I'll talk to you in a bit.
The big night has arrived, the night we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, yes, it has. This is it.
Oh, you know, Mr. Whitney, I know you will treasure this night for the rest of your life. I want you to know that I feel very fortunate making a small contribution to this night, even if it's merely publicity bonus.
Oh, Martine, there you are. You know, you look great out there. I mean, really, really.
I second the vote.
What are you doing here? Sky, I told you I don't accept visitors during rehearsals. The company belongs to me only, and I to them until 8 o'clock. Then we belong to the audience.
I do think that's being ungracious, don't you? Especially since we're here to help.
I'm sorry.
Martine, they are only here to take a few photographs of rehearsal as an opportunity to get a spread in a national magazine. It's not going to take long.
You won't even know I'm here.
Sounds appealing. Thank you for telling me there were going to be a photographer on stage today.
Martine.
Mr. Whitney, that's all right. I've worked with temperamental artists before.
They've all been worth it. Martine is an artist, and she is worth it.
I don't want to take picture with Mr. Crown. I think I did quite enough of that at the studio, right?
Well, you know, I really should say something about something I stole from you.
You stole something from me?
Well, I did take a top-flight model and take her here to be my dance star. I hope there are no hard feelings.
None at all, Mr. Whitney, I assure you. When opportunity knocks on the door, one must be there to open the door. But I do give you fair warning, Mr. Whitney. One of these days, I may steal her back from you.
We'll see.
Valerie?
Yes.
Would you begin taking pictures of the dancers on stage while I take pictures of Monticello's shining star?
I'd love to.
Yeah, well, why don't I show you around? Come on with me.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll go right over here.
Why do you insist on putting your head in the lion's mouth?
I assure you, my dear mademoiselle, that this was not an idle business meeting. I came here with a definite purpose in mind. You might even say a need.
What need?
This.
Okay, all right. What are we going to do now? I mean, we're in this thing deeper than ever.
The whole damn thing is like some kind of insane nightmare. We've hit all the wrong keys, played all the wrong notes.
I feel the same way you do. I still can't believe any of this has happened. I mean, first Gunther, then you get hurt, then Sharky holds us hostages, and now this awful woman is demanding money. Money, she says. That's a real joke. You want to know why? Because I just counted how much we have. Our whole bankroll consists of $7.49. Terrific, huh?
When you run it like this, it's like you're a scared animal. People can sense it, you know. The hyenas of the world can smell it, and they gather around for the kill. That old hyena, Mrs. Arnold. Mrs. Benedict, what did I tell you?
Oh, Gavin. Please, it's gonna be all right.
What am I doing to you? You've got 100 reasons why you shouldn't be running with me like this.
Well, never mind that. We're in this together, and that's all that matters. And I wouldn't have it any other way.
Maybe I've told you before, but it's no wonder I love you.
And I love you. And I'm scared, but I have you to love and to take care of. So now I have to figure out a way to get a few $100 together before Mrs. Arnold calls the police.
Well, might as well be $1 million. You can only get money from people you know.
Well, Miles and Nicole would give you the money in a minute, and for that matter, so would Kelly. And besides, I have some money of my own in the bank.
Honey, the minute you walk out that door, you'll be recognized. There's no way you'll make it back here.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Great idea I came up with, right?
The only answer is to wait until Mrs. Arnold is off guard. Then we make a run for it.
Will you stop waving mad?
I do think you're being a bit harsh, my love.
Not only you want to rob his house, you want to steal his wallet.
You did that rather well, didn't I? Isn't it amazing how my talents stay with me throughout my life? Almost like your talent for giving the one you love a hard time.
Why? I don't understand why. You don't need money. Carlo.
Martine? Martine, afraid it's time to go back to work. They're waiting for you on stage.
Yes, of course.